Probably clean up the seats on those two chairs, but not too much more. See what it turns out like. What is it? 18, 19 degrees. Wow, no wonder it's warm. Well, you just had a shower, but
Yeah.
19's not too bad. If it was 9 the other day. Might be a bit late for Mr. Abbott tonight. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Yes, we're good. I imagine you've knocked off work. Slaving away. The missus said that. Mel said, hail.
Huh?
They had hail. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Huh? Only had it a few times when we lived in Mandurah. Pebble size. I can see you. I know your face. Still, you might have won Thursday Lotto. Don't have to go back to work. Now, that would be good. To get the numbers. Yay. We can only dream. Just had a shower, so I'm not feeling cold, but man, it's been cold lately. For this time of year. I can't figure it out. I mean, this time last year, it was over 100 every day because I was sanding doors and windows. And I'd get up at 5 and work till about 10. Just too damn hot, then I'd come back later in the evening. But not this year. More rain than I've ever seen. I think it was 9 degrees here the other morning. Mind you, I'm not complaining because we all know what's going to happen, Michelle. A couple of weeks' time, it'll be 100. Actually, I didn't ask you. Did we ask Michelle if she had a dog? I can't remember if we did.
No.
Have you got animals at all? I'm not sure. You might have said. Yeah, I don't mind the heat, but And the cold doesn't really bother me. It's just when it doesn't ease up with the heat, you know what I mean? Like humidity, heat. Doesn't have to be 100 to be sticky. I'll be back. I'm just going to go and get a drink and a top up. Do you need anything?
I am. Who we got? I'm not in the room. What's she doing here? Who we got? Hey Michelle. Hello, how are you? I reckon it's cold here right now, personally. Oh, really? It's hard to get a cat. Oh, what sort of cat are you looking for? $11. Oh my god. So, trying to get a cat, but since COVID, they're hard to get from a breeder. Oh, so you're looking for a certain sort of cat, are you? So looking for maybe a cat. Oh, you have to read the comment.
A cat.
Oh, a ragdoll.
Oh my goodness.
That's why.
You
Best
bet-
cat though.
You better do some overtime, Michelle. We looked at them years ago, didn't we? It's a ridiculous price.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, you can always look in the rescue places. Got all sorts of animals there. Yeah, you were telling me about that, about the yard not being enclosed. Yeah. Who had a ragdoll when you? When knew someone with a ragdoll?
One of the nursing home I used to work for.
You'll have to pop in and see us, Michelle, if you're coming up to Perth. Have a cuppa. You can help me find a chihuahua. Actually, I looked online, rescue chihuahuas. They do have them, but usually they're really old dogs, like abandoned and that, which
Yeah.
is fine, but be a bit hard on it with the other dogs coming around. Actually, probably the cats that certainly don't give a damn are Siamese, aren't they? They want to
Yeah.
rule. They just want to rule the place. I knew someone who had two Siamese once, and it was like, whatever they wanted stuff, they had to get it now. I'm trying to think of another cat that I do like. Is the Blue Russian? Is that the one? Is that what they're called?
Yes, that's what I want.
They're sort of not a smooth skin, but they're not a real long hairy thing, are they?
No.
We had one come in to visit us for a little while, and someone come and picked it up, didn't they?
Yeah.
I have to find for a coffee. I've only been to Perth once. No, you got to come up to Perth. Goodness, you're a stone's throw away. Plenty to do. Hello, VMAC. It's 19 here. It's warmest it's been for a while. 15 degrees, my goodness. I can just imagine if VMAC ever came here in summer, she would never leave the house. You turn the damn air conditioner off and I kill you. 15 is considered a very cold day in Australia. Michelle's in Australia, she can tell you, it's true. I've got a friend up north in the US and they've had terrible cold. So it must have skipped over the top of you, VMAC. Actually, train from Mandurah comes here, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Train's the easy way to travel, Michelle. A lot easier. I think we're about 4 or 5 minutes from the station here. Yeah, I take it while it's there, VMAC. Yep, jump in trouser weather at 15 degrees. See, the thing here, 15 with the wind, I mean, I know it's not the same wind chill as in Canada. It's bloody cold. I'll wear a jumper until it's about 24. I don't know if you remember, VMAC, that park bench that we restored. It's an old teak bench. That come up okay. And 2 days ago I found 2 chairs, very similar design. It's the same company that makes it. So we picked them up for a bargain today. I've just got to do a bit of work to them. Walk down the shore. Nothing like walking on the beach. You can't beat it. Even sitting, just looking at the ocean does me. Yep, I'm the same. It'll be bloody hot before, as you know, our water's not that warm during summer. We have that low end current. Well, you're ready to move to WA. We have a weird thing. In the middle of winter, you go down the beach and it's nice in the water, about 24, 25 in winter. And in summer, the Lewin current changes direction. It's bloody cold. Probably going to get a spa in the future so I can control what damn temperature the water will be. That'll be different. That guy never got back to us either.
Okay.
About the infills for the fence. Yeah, we've been a few times from Mandurah to Perth by train, haven't we?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Pretty quick. So you've just got hot water, VMAC. My niece, she's now 40 something. She likes cups of hot water, doesn't she?
Yeah, I used to drink it.
Has no flavour for me, I'm afraid. It's just hot water.
Oh, it's alright with the lemon in it.
What did it cost to go from there to Perth?
I can't remember.
$10, I think, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Wasn't that expensive? Yeah, hot chocolate. That sounds like the go. Yeah, those things I made tonight were nice, weren't they? 2/3 onion, 1/3 grated potato. I didn't tell you, I put in half a chilli. But you never, I've tasted it, but it wasn't hot.
I didn't.
If she'd have walked past while I was cutting the chilli up, she'd gone, I'm not having that. But she didn't know. Starting to get a few chillies off my garden now. Yeah, I think we've done it a few times. And they're good trains too. Over east, you can get lucky in Sydney and get a good one or a bad one. I probably put in about half a chilli, probably about 3-inch long chilli, just chopped really fine. You can add what you like to it. There is no rules in what that was. Even the buses in Perth, Michelle, are really easy. Like, to get from here to the centre of Perth, how long, 15 minutes? It's about that, isn't it?
About 20.
About 20 with the stops, if you've got a lot of stops. Yeah, it is good. We're going to the city, when?
On Monday.
Going to the city on Monday. Yeah, the onions. I mean, I've always loved onions, but mixing it with just a little bit of potato as that starch and sticking power, if you like. But it tasted mainly onion. Yeah, you got a lot of our state to see, Michelle. Down south, beautiful. Up north, during winter's good. It's too hot during summer. Plenty of things like, I want to do a wine cruise shortly. Wouldn't mind doing one of them. We're all back on apparently.
Really?
The bus cruise through the vineyard was nice, but it's nothing like sitting on a boat. Just cruising. So you'd have to buy your chilies this time of year, obviously. You could grow them in the window, VMAC, in your house. I'd like to buy a van and travel. Yep, look, it's not the van, it's petrol, gas. Because there are such huge distances for us to travel. But travelling's great. Not much overseas travelling happened for a while. Maybe New Zealand. When I was a young fella, I worked my way around this country twice. First time I hitchhiked, no problem. Second time I drove around. Slept under trees. Didn't even sleep in a car. Always chucked a blanket or swag on the ground. And I just worked my way around. How it works, and you probably know, Michelle, if you work, say, 4 weeks and get a reasonable pay, you can travel for 5 months, 4 or 5 months. No problem at all. But you could do run down south, that's less distance. Go all through the area, all the way down through to Esperance and Albany and all that. Beautiful, beautiful coastlines. You'll fall in love with them. Allowed to camp in a tent, but travel with hotels. Yeah. Sometimes it's funny in Australia, mate. You wouldn't believe, like, if you pulled in with a caravan to a caravan park, it could be about $90 just for the one night, whereas you can stay in a good motel, hotel for about 110. With the extra gas you use pulling a van, it's about the same. So you don't have to unhitch, level. Really expensive camping in caravan parks. Actually, they don't put it in Australia. Chocolate goes on folded back sheet, doesn't it?
Yeah, on the pillow.
Yeah, if you're only going to do like a 3 or 4 day trip, a van would be great, but I wouldn't pull a caravan. Just if I was going for a couple of months, maybe a different story. Great little vehicle to tow behind you is a little teardrop camper. Normally a queen size bed, plenty of cupboard space, lighting, big windows, and at the back is a kitchenette. And plenty of storage. Yeah, you'll love Margaret River. You go down to, say, even Dunsborough. That's beautiful. The southwest coast is just stunning. Mind you, watch out for the knowers. We have lots of them down there. In fact, Esperance is probably shark capital. If I remember, your son is 15, I think you said. He'd still enjoy that animal farm, wouldn't he, you reckon, at 15?
Maybe not.
Maybe
No.
not, yeah. That'd be cool. But you definitely want to have a friend in Margaret River because the prices of accommodation are outrageous. I imagine bears have good smell, so yeah, it's the only problem. We've got dingoes, lots of rodents, not rats but wildlife type rodents. They'll find anything. When you travel alone, like a feed is pretty simple. You pick up just a couple of 100 grams of mince, some veggies, a bit of rice, eat like a king. That would keep me going for 2 days. And then you can fish, catch your own feed. Nice little spot just down the road from you, Michelle. It's called Preston Beach. That's a good place to go for a day trip or even stay overnight. It must be 30k from there,
Oh, a bit more than that.
a bit more.
Yeah.
Have you been on a dolphin cruise yet. They're good. Lane pool, yep. What's the one out near the weir here? What's that one called?
I don't know.
Mundaring?
Oh, up there in the hills.
Yeah, up Mundaring where you can camp up there. Beautiful waterfall. The only thing about Manly is that if you've got a job, it's good. But finding a job is tough. People saying that they looking for work for a few years and couldn't get in. Oh, you want to book that one really early, Michelle? And I mean that. We missed out a couple of times, didn't we? Christmas.
What's that?
The Christmas lights one.
Yeah.
Goes for about a week.
You actually need to book that now.
I booked that now if you were going to go on that, seriously. Actually, we're having a coffee just at the back of Nana's, which is a fish and chip place on the pier there, and watching a granny, mum and dad and a kid and a dog pick up 3 or 4 boxes of fish and chips, and they just cruised out into the middle of the harbour. So they can bring their boat right up to the edge of the pier and order their fish and chips. Okay, VMAC, have a good day. And go for that walk. Because we're a little 3 hours. 3 hours difference between here and the East Coast now. We seem to come on at the same time for us, but JP's in bed, Tony's in bed. Try and come on a bit early, but sometimes we're doing stuff. Actually, if you didn't have the young fella, Michelle, you'd get a job in the mines, and you can pile on some money pretty fast. Yeah, I've heard that. Quite a few places can't get people. But I think it's because demand and supply has been imbalanced. Like suddenly there was no demand, so people had to be laid off. And people find other jobs, and then you probably get the call from the manager saying, "Oh, your job's available now." You think, "Well, actually, I'm working." I think hospitality's pretty good. Like waitresses at least get, you think, 24, 25 bucks an hour minimum. We don't do a big tipping thing in Australia, so don't expect any monstrous tips. But if you get in a manager's position, totally different. Yeah, you were saying you're getting your HR. A lot of shutdowns this time of the year, which means they just check everything for a couple of weeks. But even working in a kitchen in a mess hall. Years ago, a mate of mine did it. I was up there doing surveying, and he said, "Oh, they're paying me 70 grand." This is in the late 90s. 70 grand a year, and he says most of our work's just prep, and then we just put it on Bain Maria's. And he said the food was fantastic. Now that job probably pays over 100 grand. Our daughter-in-law works for a company where she goes to work in Perth. She's on leave at the moment, still maternity leave. But a normal job, she goes to Perth, goes into an office, and she drives 12 haul packs remotely. That's right, no one's in them. But we're very fortunate in the state that you can, yeah, she loves her job. Very fortunate that we've got so much mining everywhere. And not just up north, but some down south as well, just inland. The fly-in, fly-out's good, but it sort of warrants not having a, oh, you're the young bloke, but warrants not having a full-time place you rent, because you can just rent a room. For half the year you're only resting, and then you're going back to work, where everything's laid on, accommodation, food. How long has she been doing that job now? She used to drive haul packs originally, didn't she?
Oh yes, did originally, yeah.
And then they offered her this position where they no longer need drivers, but to operate them remotely. She organises maintenance on them. There's a maintenance crew always up there. She'll organise the maintenance, regular maintenance, and if there's a breakdown, send out a breakdown crew. So she does all that as well, but she monitors all the vehicles and sees them on camera, so she knows exactly what's going on. But there's plenty of job in FIFO. You know, if you put your head down for just 6 or 7 years, you can come away and put yourself so far in front. Or just win lotto. Michelle, don't worry about the fly in and fly out. Can you hear that train? As close as we are to the rail station. But whatever you do, definitely have travelling as part of the reward for yourself, whatever that means. Yeah, I think Mrs. said about 15-20 minutes by bus to the middle of the city, and only about 15 or less to the airport.
Yeah.
But the freeways are really good here, like easy access on and off. But by all means, you and the young fella, more than welcome to come and have a cuppa. Actually, I think you're babysitting next weekend, I think. 5 a.m. Dear, oh dear. Well, you have a good day. Have a good night's sleep. And we'll catch up with you next time. And even we might tootle off, I think. There's the boss.
No, I'm not on there. I'm watching someone steal a Tesla.
Kill a Tesla.
Steal a Tesla, it's not working good for them.
I don't think it would do. Good night, everyone. Have a good day or night, wherever you are. We'll see you again